It is Friday, and that means 5 questions for one of our recruiters, the often imitated, never duplicated Atlas MedStaff 5 Question Friday, Remote Recruiter Edition. I wish Connor was in the office. I'm not even in the office today. I found a nice outdoorsy background here for you, Connor. So the simple fact of the matter is we have great recruiters all across the country, not just in Omaha, Nebraska. Connor is in Denver, has been in Denver for a while now. So now I'm going to hit him with 5 questions, get to know Connor Velvin. Connor, my friend, welcome.
What's up, Rich?
All right, here we go. Number one is always the same. Who is Connor Velvin?
No, that's a tough one. If anybody can answer that right off the get-go, I'm impressed. But Connor Velvin is a travel nurse recruiter, an outdoorsy, sports-loving, movie-loving, concert-going individual who's laid back and knows how to work hard when needed. So.
Show me the hoodie because I love this. I love it.
Oh yeah, the nurse sent me this hoodie. It says recruiter, the man, the myth, the legend. And I just thought it was a great thing to wear today. So.
I love it. Okay, question number 2, and this one is interesting to me. You enjoy fishing, like fly fishing to be exact. Where did that come from?
So fishing in general was never something that I did. Probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I started fly fishing, and I was always one of those people who would just say no. When you're presented an opportunity by somebody or something, you're kind of scared to just say yes and take the chance. And I met this one friend who's a really, really good friend now. And he's like, dude, just say yes and come do it with me one time. And he self-taught himself how to fly fish. And I was like, all right, I don't have anything going on. And we went to this bass pond by our work. And I'll never forget catching my first bass. And from there, I was kind of hooked. Fly fishing is just it's a challenge, yet it's satisfying, it's relaxing. And I think everybody should find a hobby that they're passionate about, whether it's fishing, coloring, painting, writing, you name it. So.
Awesome. All right. Question number 3. You enjoy rock music, and I've known this for a while, right? And we just did, not too long ago, you did Recruiter Records, our Spotify playlist, where you listed out a number of your favorite-ish songs. If you could share a little bit about, what kind of music you like. What was your first, either like metal, rock, album, CD that you bought, and why?
So I grew up in like a Deadhead family. My parents were big Grateful Dead fans. I saw them at Red Rocks and stuff in the early 90s. But for the most part, what got me into rock music was probably Led Zeppelin. They're my favorite band of all time. But the first like more modern group would be Godsmack. I think when I heard the song Voodoo and the album All Wound Up from Godsmack, that kind of introduced me to a little bit more of the heavy metal kind of stuff. And from there, that's kind of, but again, I go to all sorts of concerts, electric music, pop, rap, you name it, I'm all over the place.
Well, and you're in a pretty good place to do it too. I mean, everybody goes through Denver, so.
When Red Rocks is 30 minutes from your door, it's hard to beat. So.
Man, I'm jealous of that. That's super cool. Okay, question number 4. And I mean this with every bit of sincerity that I have. You might be one of the most easygoing, easy to talk to guys that I've ever met from the day that I met you, right? When we were working for different companies, from the day that I met you, you were just the most kind, easygoing person. So my question is, what makes you angry?
That's a good question. That one unlocks me a little bit because when you're angry, you have to, I'm always in the mindset of why am I angry? If I'm mad, is it because I'm scared of something? I'm a big believer that anger is always followed by fear. And I like to look at myself and be like, look, if I'm angry, what am I scared of right now? And then I try to evaluate the decision from there. And a good scenario I like to give, and I don't have any kids or anything, but if you're in the grocery store and you're holding hands with your daughter or son, and all of a sudden they're disappeared and you go around frantically looking for them, but all of a sudden you see them and they're all happy to see you, your first instinct is you're mad and you're angry at them. But were you really mad or angry, or were you just scared or fearful that they were gone? And so I like to recognize what gets me angry and why. But I have a pet peeve of people chewing with their mouth open. That's probably the one.
That's a good answer too. So awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah, chew with your mouth open. That's the one thing that'll get me going a little bit. So, but for the most part, I try to recognize where it's coming from.
Interesting. That was not the answer that I thought we were going to get, but that was a great answer though. So I actually didn't know what we were going to get, quite honestly. So question number 5, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would that be?
Well, that's another tough one. Is that to live or vacation?
Let's go with vacation.
If I'm going to vacation anywhere, I want to go vacation to Dubai or Australia, New Zealand. It's hard to pick one place. Anywhere, one of those 3 options would be on my list. I'm a big fan of architecture, and the buildings in Dubai are awesome. So I would love to go see the city line and just experience Dubai for a little bit. Not live there, of course, because it's Dubai. But, you know, yeah, if I could vacation, Dubai probably be the place I go for a week or 2.
Ooh. Good. That always is one of my favorite questions. It gives you a lot of insight into the person. So that's super cool. So Connor Velvin, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You've been with us since July 2019. Is that correct?
That's correct.
But you've been recruiting much longer than that. So we'll put all of Connor's contact information down here. If you like fly fishing, if you like the mountains, if you like some metal music, this is the guy for you right here. So Connor, thank you. I hope to see you again in person very soon, my friend.
Rich, thank you. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. And thank you, nurses, for everything you do. We all appreciate you day in and day out. So.